What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today we have got a whole bunch of gameplay for you guys from FUT Champs, a whole bunch of comments from the comments section of course, and well, if this one would like to load, come on EA, don't screw it. Well, it's not EA's fault, but I guess let me try and open this in incognito. Hold on. Thank you guys for being here. I hope you're enjoying the series. I know right now the series is you know, it's kind of at that tentative point where it gets every year, and it's in the midst of kind of FIFA slowing down in terms of everything until team of the season. We've literally had it through 17, 18 and now 19, and that's the case of like the first 4 months or 3 months specifically and leading up to team of the year. You know, lots of stuff to do, lots of stuff to talk about, lots of grinding going on, playing a whole bunch of games, finishing weekend league no matter where we end, you know, improving the squad consistently and constantly, and lots to talk about. After that 3 or 4 month period, what happens is we develop into kind of like the what do we call it? The dead zone. And I don't think FIFA's dead. Quite the contrary, actually. My views in general are way up year on year in January. I think Twitch views are doing really well. There's more big streamers now than ever before on Twitch. You know, obviously Nick and Castro are still banging it, but you got A9 Skills slamming it on Twitch. Run the Foot Market Nick slamming it on Twitch. Bateson is back getting like thousands of views on Twitch. Fuji is doing great on Twitch. So I actually think, and this is largely down to the content that EA have provided, that FIFA is in a really good spot this year compared to last year's. But where we get to in terms of the series is we get to a point where we've already talked to death about the market and the mechanics and the way to make coins, and we've seen 1,000 games already. We've opened up all the rewards in the history of the Sun, and we've got such a good team that we fall into this zone where we just get to discuss primarily the comments from the comment section. And what tends to happen during those times, and what tends to happen with the top comments, is that it's always controversial comments or negative comments. And the reason why that happens is because negativity is often more sought out than positivity. So when somebody puts in a comment in the comment section saying, "Hey man, I love your videos, big fan, love what you do, keep it up," that video, that comment doesn't really get thumbed up very much because it doesn't spark debate. It doesn't create something where somebody feels like, oh, I want to interact with that. But when somebody says, hey man, you're doing this wrong, or you're doing that wrong, or why do you keep talking about this, it creates conversation. And although I know a lot of people don't enjoy that aspect of the series, I actually quite do. I enjoy discussing my viewpoint on certain things, you know, potentially just kind of like reaffirming things, or looking at some comments that we're going to look at like for today, and kind of explaining my perspective on things. And that's the area of this game that I enjoy right now. And so we're going to start with the first comment. And that is from Joey. He says, I agree with you on almost everything and I love your content, but when you're telling people with a straight face that Awar is just a 90 rated player for you, you can expect people to dislike that. If the card isn't worth you're changing your team for, I can't see who and why you would put 3 to 4 million coins in for this promo. It comes across as though you are literally looking for 10 to 20 players for the whole FIFA database to improve your squad, and 90% of your vids are SBCs and grinding lately. To achieve what? The 0.0001% chance of getting one player that would actually fit. You have the luxury to play with icons, bales, etc. Show us how to improve on the gameplay. Show us how some SBCs, but this RTG is turning either to a jobless RTG or a YouTuber RTG, because everybody with a 9 to 5 job wouldn't be able to put this much time in, and they would rather see how this new meta works instead of which players would fit it. And I find it difficult to hear that Jolinton would fit the meta without you playing the card once. A little less grinding and maybe a little more variety in the team and some more gameplay is what I'd wish for. Remain a huge fan of yours though, and without a doubt. And I appreciate the comment. I get your viewpoint in some regards, but what I would say is that I put several millions of coins into the Team of the Year promo, and off the back of that we got Kante, we got Varane, we completed Gareth Bale, and we completed Prime Icon. We got Michael Ballack. In the Future Stars promo, I got Neymar, I got Eder Militao, I got De Gea and Courtois, and we completed Rooney, who doesn't, you know, he's on the bench, just whatever, but we completed Raul as well. So actually, throughout the 2 promos recently, where I have been grinding a lot, I have put in a lot more players and have upgraded my team massively. So I kind of think that it is worth it. This isn't just to no end. There is some gain here. In terms of this being a jobless RTG or YouTube's RTG, it's always been like that. You know, there was one comment From Brad that says, please have a time limit on your Road to Glory next time. There's no way 99% of us can relate when you play FIFA for a job. But there's always, we talked about this last year, funnily enough, that always comes in. You know, when I get top 100 in squad battles, people are saying, stop playing squad battles, man. We can't relate to getting top 100. And then I play FUT Champs and get Elite 2 or Elite 3, and people say, stop playing to this level of FUT Champs, man. There's no way we can relate. We're not good enough to do that. And then I make, 100,000, 150,000 coins during bronze packs one day, and people say, stop opening bronze packs, man. There's no way we can relate to this because we don't have the time to do this. And there's always going to be that one thing where people find, oh, I can't relate to this. If I did something that related to everybody, it would be impossible. You just can't please everybody, right? In terms of making this something that people can follow, that was never really the aim of the Road to Glory. The aim of the Road to Glory was to show what people can achieve without spending money. Yeah, we've added an extra element of difficulty this year, in spite of the fact that it's actually still been relatively easy to attain a good team. But the whole point of the Road to Glory isn't so you can do exactly what I can do. Maybe it was that in FIFA 16 or FIFA 15, when we didn't have as many rewards as we do today, when there wasn't as many competitive game modes and the ability to show, get 3 red player picks instead of 2 red player picks and stuff. Maybe that's how it was in FIFA 15 and FIFA 16, but since FIFA 17, the Road to Glory has been how to show you guys, look, this is what you could do without spending money. Yes, it takes time. Here's the best way to spend your time on the game. And if you don't have a lot of time, that's kind of what this Road to Glory is about. I'm showing you guys, if you don't have a lot of time, here are your options. Play FUT Champs to a level that is comfortable for you but gets you the best rewards within that comfortable zone. So that for some people that might be Silver 1. Silver 1 might be the best pick because you get 1 red player card that has no limit, so you can get the best player, and it auto qualifies you for the next weekend's weekend league, so you don't have to go any further than that. And probably for most people, finishing on 11 wins might still take you 15 or 18 games, so that almost 8,000 points that you'll get for FUT Rivals will still get you more packs in your division even if you don't play them. So it's not just about what I get versus what you get, it's about how you play and how you get the most out of how you play. And I feel like that's what I do, and I feel like I do it well here on the Road to Glory. I feel like I show you guys very, very well how best to utilize your own time on your own account. And that's why I say to you guys, don't worry about trading. Don't even worry about playing for coins or anything like that. Don't take coins in FUT Champs, because you can make coins so easily through bronze packs where you don't even need time, and you can do it on the mobile app, and you can do it, going for a poo at work. Just spend 5 minutes opening bronze packs, store everything. When you get home at night, spend 5 minutes going through everything that you stored and sell it all if it's worth anything, and keep it if it's not. It doesn't take like a whole bunch of time, but it's an efficient way to play the game. So that's what I feel like with this. We then had a comment from Christian. He said, I think it's bad for you to say I'm wasting my time playing the game. That's literally the point of the game. I pay $60 to play FIFA, not look at menus, just saying. I'm not disagreeing with what you say there, man. I think everyone's entitled to play this game and enjoy this game how they want, though. And if you enjoying the game means that you just want to play the game only, then fair enough. However, I will assure you this. The person that does nothing but play the game versus the person that engages in all areas of the game, the one who engages in all areas will have a much, much better squad, even if they didn't spend money, versus the person who does just play the game and spends money. Because if all you do is play the game, so for example, if you get to rank 1 in your FUT Rivals division, let's say you're in Division 3 and you get rank 1. Let's say you then go and play 20 more games and you get 10,000 more points for FUT Rivals. You don't actually gain anything out of that in terms of rewards other than playing the game. Now, it's all well and good if you just enjoy playing the game, but what the problem will be is that most of the user base doesn't just play the game. And so you'll quickly realize that your team is eclipsed. You won't be able to compete anymore in Division 3 because your team isn't good enough, because you spent too much time playing the game instead of grinding other areas of the game to help improve your squad. And that is in a regard what EA want, because that will then probably make you feel like, oh, maybe I'll just spend some FIFA points, try and catch up a little bit. And it feeds into that whole not pay to win per se, but pay to play agenda. This guy's got Team of the Year Mbappe, he's insane. I just have regular Mbappe, I can't compete anymore. I need Team of the Year Mbappe, but I don't want to sit in the menus. That's not what I bought the game for. Well, let me just get 12,000 FIFA points, see where I go. That's what EA want. And so again, my Road to Glory is to show you how to do that without actually spending money. But at the end of the day, Christian, you are entitled to play this game how you wish, and if just playing the game is what you get most out of the game, then great for you, genuinely. Like, I'm happy that you are enjoying the game. One of the things that kind of is interesting to me right now is what Sasha says. And Sasha says this new heading meta has ruined the game for me at the moment. Feels really noob and boring. At least with broken time finesses, you had to have the skill to create space and angles for your shot. And I think that's actually why a lot of people don't play the game. Or don't play the game past what is efficiently reasonable. And that's because the game this year has just generally been more unbalanced than ever before in many different aspects. And whether or not this new meta is going to be as broken as we feel it is, or whether it's just, you know, some super hyperbole because I'm just spouting about it all the time, I don't know, right? What I do know is, though, that after 3 or 4 games of playing FIFA, you feel exhausted because it is so tiring to play. And I wish this game was good to the point where I was just happy just playing and playing and playing. But it's not for me personally, and I think that's because of what Sasha says. You know, the broken mechanics in this game this year are very, very, very overwhelming in many regards. And FIFA 14, which was the last crossing meta game in FIFA, was my least favourite FIFA ever. I hated the crossing meta. Even now, I'm not a big fan of the crossing meta, but I do what I do to win. You know, if I want to win, I got to do what the best and most efficient way to win is, and that's because this game has become super competitive. So there's obviously that to consider. With that being said, the last comment is from Andre Razvan. Now, this comment is probably going to go over the last 2 minutes I've got left here before we go live. So probably at the end of this game, you're just going to see my FUT Champs record for about a few brief minutes whilst we talk about this comment. Then we're going to go live and talk about the team and talk about the rewards and stuff like that just a little bit. But Andre says, by saying that you prefer to make content instead of trying to get better, you openly admit that you are all about the views and don't care about the game. You seem to look at this game very industrially and give the vibe that you would play any other game if it were to give you views. Also, calling your team this account makes this even more industrial. I would like to watch somebody who looks like he loves what he does and that is emotionally invested, and with regret, this doesn't seem to be the case anymore. However, I'll still watch the videos and hope this will change. I love people that play FIFA out of the love for football. I think your comment in general is very misguided. It's not as black and white as you're either playing for views or you care about the game. You can mix both. What you have to understand, Andre, is that this is a job for me and views are important. I have a family, I have 2 children, I have bills to pay. And when it comes to making content, as I explained in yesterday's video, if I were to get better at this game, I would not upload a Road to Glory. This series would just finish, it would vanish. And so people want the content, and so I have to try and find a happy medium between trying to get better and making content. And sadly, because of the way this game is, the getting better part, once you get to a certain level, requires so much more time and investment that once you hit your own ceiling, it's at that point where you get to crunch time and have to make your choices. And for me, as I say, the choice is I can either stop uploading the Road to Glory and just focus on getting better, which would result in no views. Then that's fine. Or I can continue making content for you guys and just play to my best. And playing to my best isn't a bad spot. I get elite regularly when I finish all my 30 games. I can play in Division 1. I win drafts constantly. Like, it's not like I'm a bad player, you know? It's not also about I'm all about the views. Because if it was all about the views, once again, I wouldn't upload this Road to Glory. If I was all about the views, I wouldn't upload Draft to Glory. If I was all about the views, you would see nothing but packs and clickbait titles and, like overzealous titles of everything. And of course, everyone in the community, in the industry, does use over-exaggerated titles and such. But if it was all about the views, I would do things very, very differently. It wouldn't always be the same. So it's not that I don't care about the game. I genuinely find that quite offensive. I think I've shown throughout the course of my time on YouTube and playing FIFA that I care as much about this game as anyone. I care a lot about this game. In fact, the reason why we get into such deep discussions on the Road to Glory is because I care about this game and I want nothing but the best for this game. However, there's only so much I can do as one human being. And as I explained again in yesterday's video, when I have a main channel where I upload usually 2 videos a day on, when I stream for anywhere from 2 to 6 hours a day, when I have a Road to Glory channel, and then I have a life, I am a father of 2 children, something has to give. And once again, just to reiterate the point, if you specifically, Andre, if you want me to get better at this game, you are happily saying, I'm happy for this road to glory to disappear so you can get better at the game. But then what difference would it make if I was better at the game? Because it wouldn't impact anything anywhere. Because I don't really do gameplay on the main account, on the main channel. It's only road to glory, it's only draft to glory stuff, which I'm already competent enough to win the draft every other time. And so what benefit would I get out of getting better? And so that's why, for me, as somebody who loves FIFA, who loves this channel and loves this series, has to make a decision of how much time do I invest in becoming good at this game versus what will it give me back. And sadly in FIFA, because of the way YouTube works, because of the way FIFA works, and because of the way the reward system works, is that investing my time to get exceptional at this game just wouldn't work. And that's not because I don't care about FIFA. It has, like, you know, it's not either one or the other. You're not in a situation where it's like you either have to pick wanting views or caring about FIFA. You can do both, but you have to prioritize, you have to understand where the lines are, and you have to make decisions based on that. And then in terms of what you said just lastly here, also calling your team this account, the reason why I call it this account is because I have 2 accounts. And so when I say I have Team of the Year Messi on my other account, it's not because I'm detached in some materialistic world. It's because I have 2 accounts. I don't know what you would like me to call it. What should I call it? My club? My account? I feel like you're reaching for something that's not there so that you can tell me, hey man, I don't enjoy this. By the way, I'm still going to watch. I don't understand why you would do that. Lastly, you said, I love people that play FIFA out of the love for football. I don't know where you get the understanding and the impression that I'm playing FIFA for something else, but you seem to have that impression. I love football. I love FIFA. I watch FIFA a lot. I watch streams constantly. I watch football all the time. I'm constantly watching. You know, I have Sky Sports on like all the time, other than when I'm recording. My TV would be in video. But I watch FIFA a lot. I watch football a lot. I love football. And to say I love people to play FIFA out of the love of football, even though I do love football, that is a prerogative that you don't get to force on someone. You don't get to say to someone, I only like you if you also love football. You do have the opportunity to say, I'm not going to watch you because you clearly don't care about football. And there's a few content creators out there that have blown up over the years and then died out because they clearly didn't care about the sport or care about the game. And so there has to be a little something there. But to just simply say that you don't like this series anymore because you feel like I'm detached from it and I treat it as a nothing but a business, I don't care about FIFA and I don't love football. I actually ask you the question, Andre, why are you still here watching? You seem to have made every reason and deeply to say to me, hey, I don't like what you're doing here and I don't want to watch anymore. Yet at the end, you've said, I'll still watch the videos. I don't understand that. And this discussion, I understand as well, will come across as complainy or combative, or, you know, people say constantly, you just constantly addressing the negative comments. And it's not about just necessarily addressing the negative comments. I really appreciate the support that people give to the video. I appreciate all the guys that come onto the video and drop likes on it. I appreciate everyone that tweets me kind words. I appreciate all of the people that leave nice comments on the video that doesn't get read out, because reading out a comment of just, hey man, I love your videos, I love that. But people don't want to hear about that. People don't want to hear me just every video. If I start the video saying, hey guys, we've got 100 comments today, and all of them are people saying, hey man, I love your work, that would be a video that would be pretty boring. So it's you know, like I said at the start of the video, I enjoy these discussions because I get to give you a little bit more insight into me and how I see things versus you and how you see things. And what I would like from something like this, Andre, isn't for somebody or you to just be like, oh man, you can't even accept my opinion, like whatever. I'd like you to then take what I've said on board and respond alike, you know, give your opinion on what I've talked about here the same way I have with yours, because then we can actually get a conversation going and try and figure out where we can move forwards, you know. But there's no point you saying something, me responding, and then everyone just going, oh my God, you're so salty or anything like that, because that doesn't get anyone anywhere. Anyway, I've talked long enough here. I knew this was going to go over in terms of minutes. Let's go live and look at the team and talk about some more crap for a little while longer. I'll be right back. All right, guys. So that was my first 13 games of FUT Champs. I'm 12-1 right now, and just, you know, really happy with how I'm playing, to be perfectly honest. We got the extended day. So I'm going to play as many as I can on Sunday. As you can probably hear, I'm not feeling so great, and so I'm just trying to play as much as I can. Hopefully I'll feel better on Monday and try and get through as many games as possible. But yeah, 12-1 right now. Really happy. Obviously I lost on penalties. However, the person that I lost to, he is verified on FUT, and 2 pro players that I talk to on a regular occasion after I tweeted out lost on penalties, quite gutted. Both of them messaged me and said, like, in FIFA 18 as well, he was, always in the leaderboards, just top quality player. So I just got a little bit unlucky in matchmaking to come up against a really quality opponent, and then also I took him to penalties. So I could be happy with that. I could be extremely impressed with myself, as weird as that sounds. Just very happy with how I played. But yeah, 12-1, here we are after 13 games. I want to push on as much as possible this week, and going forwards, I want to push on. I always get inspired by other people's stories and by watching other people do things. And I've just watched Dull and Mike, as a 16-year-old, go and win the Champions Cup for January. And the way he plays FIFA is just fantastic. He doesn't necessarily rely on time finesses either. He relies a lot on driven timed shots, and he also is abusing the new crossing meta, or rather the old crossing meta that has become popular now because this game's about to get patched, which is awesome. So whilst I am very interested in my own ability to play as good as I can and as much as I can to try and get back into, maybe even if we get Elite 3, that'd be nice. Even if I got Gold 1, I know I'm 12-1. I only need to go 8 wins, and however, if I go 8 and 10, I'd still get, 8 and 9, I'd still get Gold 1, right? And do I expect myself to go 8 and 9? Not necessarily, but I want to also at the same time try out some of the players that we've got, and so I'm going to, basically, and what we're going to do first and foremost is we're going to play one of the new guys up front. I'm going to put Ibrahimovic on the bench. Instead of KDB there. We're going to go ahead and pop one of the new strikers, maybe Joelinton, onto the squad there. Maybe Rafael Leao. How good is he for jumping? Not good enough. Yeah, so Joelinton I'm going to pop up front there. Just want to test him out, really. Just want to see how it goes. So he hasn't got very good crossing, so crossing from him to Bale is going to be a bit of a problem. I'm going to put the Hawk Chem style on him, which I think is probably the best to boost his pace, his physical, and his shooting. His jumping will go up really nice and high. He's nice and tall as well. 6'1", 4-star weak foot, 96 jumping with him there. So I'm interested to see how he does. And then I also want to take out potentially Neymar as well. But I don't really have many options of who I can play there. Because of the fact that I need a Brazilian link for Eder Militao. And so I think what I'm going to do instead is just sub on people relatively quickly. So I might sub on Wayne Rooney straight away for Neymar, and bring Rooney onto that cam role. I know it's going to be like a waste of stats for Neymar. I could probably start anybody else there really, and just sub him on afterwards. Sub Rooney on. I could play, for example, I could start Felipe Anderson out there. And not waste stats on Neymar. But I also want to get, Tevez into the game. Like, I've just got so many cool players here. I want to really get a true experience and true understanding of who's going to work well with this new meta. But I also want to start playing a lot more balanced FIFA. With the finesse shot meta, I got so caught up in just trying finesse shots and that's it. And now with the crossing meta, I'm getting caught up in just searching for those crosses and not a lot else. And after watching the Champions Cup, there's a lot of ways you can score goals. So I really want to focus on my gameplay this week. And as you guys well know, when you're trying to change your gameplay, that's going to come with a lot of mistakes and a lot of errors, and ultimately will result in probably a lot of bad gameplay whilst you're trying to perfect what you're doing. So for me, we're at 12-1 right now. Tomorrow you'll see kind of where we get to by the end of Sunday/Monday afternoon, and then Tuesday, hopefully I can get through all 30 games. There's no reason why I really shouldn't be able to get through all the 30 games. There's not a lot happening with FIFA right now, so it's going to be relatively easy. But that, guys, is going to be the squad for tomorrow, or for the games I'm about to play. As I say, Ibrahimovic will get subbed on, potentially late game. Rooney is going to get subbed on immediately for Felipe Anderson, just because I want to see. I just want to play with him. I know also as a cam, I'm going to have to set him to stay forwards because he has a medium high work rate. So I'm going to have to set him to stay forwards. But I just want to test him out. I want to see how he plays, how he goes. But that, guys, is going to be the end of the video for today. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.